Hey Sunshines, here. Welcome back to the channel.
I'm looking for somebody I can call. Looking for the only one I can get my own. Tell me that it's true.
Yo, if you're new here, you are very welcome. Hi, my name is Kate, and I am a Nigerian Kaduna Seed-based content creator, and I create content on all things vlogs, lifestyle, and everything. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back, sis. Thanks for coming back. Yo, let's get comfortable, okay? This is officially a lock update, okay? This is a 6 years lock update. One thing I regret not doing is documenting my love journey earlier, because I can't even remember why I did not document my love journey earlier. Because to be honest, I only recently, became more aware of social media, became more aware of, just about everything about social media and how social media works. I lived in a cave for a very long time. I was not a very, very social person online. So I really, really wish I documented my journey earlier. But yeah, regardless, here we are. This is going to be a log update, and also a little backstory to how I started my logs, the reason I started, and just how my log journey has been going so far. So this is a log update stroke story time. All right, so let's get into it. I locked my hair on the 23rd of March 2018. Yeah, and I remember this date, and I'm always going to remember this date because this was just a day after my son's birthday. So it's not something I'm going to forget. I will never forget it. But that was when I locked my hair. And before then, to be quite honest, I never used to be someone who liked the whole lock thing. In Nigeria we call it dreadlocks, and I understand that in other countries when you call it dreadlock it seems kind of offensive, but here in Nigeria we really don't mind it because it's like the general term, it's a general name for it, dreadlocks. There is no insult or no strings attached to it whatsoever. We are perfectly fine, we're cool with it over here. It's just what we call it. I never used to like it, and this was basically because of this type of locks I saw on other people's heads at that time. It was always unkept. It always just looked somehow. To be quite honest, I used to be irritated by it because I was like, why would anybody want to do that to their locks? I mean, to their hair. Why would anybody? To quite honest, I never used to like it. As a matter of fact, I had like little to no regard or respect whatsoever for people who held that kind of a hairstyle, and that was just because of the way I saw it, what it looked like. Okay, so a little backstory to before I locked my hair. I used to be a relaxed girl. My hair was relaxed, and my mom did a very, very good job of nurturing my hair, both me and my sister, from when we were very young. From when we were very young. We had such beautiful, long, relaxed hair. I'm not going to cap. If I can find pictures somehow, I'm going to include pictures. But I had very, very beautiful, long, relaxed hair, and that was just how I started. My mom was one that nurtured our hair for a very long time, up until we left home, we went to the university, and then it was up to us now to nurture our hair by ourselves. And I also did a very, very good job of nurturing my hair because I really, really liked my hair. And then I would relax my hair when the time came. I knew around the periods I was supposed to relax my hair, so I'd relax my hair. And then those were the damn days, yo. Those were the days where I was into weaves, I was into wigs. Not wigs, but weaves, like sewings. I loved sewings, I loved braids. But even right from that point, I always preferred braiding my hair more, because you see this, I didn't like combing. I don't like combs, to be quite honest. I didn't like combing my hair like that, even right from beginning. So I would always go for weaves. I had days when I did the sewings. I really, really liked those, and it was more of a thing of, this was what I saw my mates doing at that time, and so it became, it influenced me also to just want to try new waves, to want to braid, try new braids. That was when they had the cut two braids. If you're in Nigeria, then you know what I mean, because even till now it's actually trending again. Cut two, where you just cut the weave, or I mean the attachment, into two, and then you braid, like the whole thing. It should be so long. People still do it now. But yeah, those were them days. I was really, really into all that. And then somewhere along the line, I'm not sure what happened or what changed. I stopped paying attention to all those things. I stopped paying attention to the sewings. I stopped paying attention to the braids. And at some point, I just wanted to wear my natural hair in its natural state. Okay, I had relaxed hair, so what I would do most times is I'll just go to the salon and just ask them to do cornrows on my hair. Those were the days. And so what I would do is I would sit in front of a mirror and I'll just do cornrows. I knew how to breathe, so I'll just do cornrows on my head, and I'll just, and I would feel fine. I would feel good. I would carry my cornrows the way it was and in its state like that, and I'll go about my day, go about my activities. I'm not even sure what changed, what happened, but something definitely changed. And the more I did that, the more in love with my natural hair I started to be. I would wear cornrows, and then for days where I actually wanted something extra, I would go to the salon and ask them to just braid my natural hair the way it was. No weaves in, no sewings, no weaves attached, no attachment attached. I would just want to wear my natural hair the way it was. And yeah, that was how it started. I started to fall more and more in love with my natural hair, to the point where I decided that, you know what, I didn't want to relax my hair anymore. What I wanted was to go natural. And that was what I did. At some point I woke up, I was influenced by, there was this particular movie I was influenced by. I think it um was called, is it Darima's Delima or something of that nature. She had such beautiful short hair. It was really, really beautiful. And when I saw it, I was like, I'm going natural. I don't care. So I went to a salon and I sat down, paid somebody good money to cut my hair. To cut, not, this wasn't just them cutting my the relaxed part. Like, they literally cut. The only thing they didn't do was they didn't shave my head completely, but they cut like a very, very good chunk of my hair. So from then on, I went natural. After going natural, I really, really enjoyed being natural because I I really loved the low cut, the way it looked on me, because I got a lot of compliments. People complimented my hair a lot back then when I had the whole low cut situation. It was really, really good. Low cut with some curls. Let me not tempt myself. But I really, really like that hairstyle. And from then on, I just fell in love with my natural hair in its natural state, the way it was. That was the last time. And I think if I can remember very well, the last time I did a sewing, a braid rather. The last time I did a braid with attachment was I think it was around 2016, 2017. That was the last time. As a matter of fact, that was my last salon visit. I haven't been to the salon since 2016. Yeah. I haven't been to the salon. That was the last time. So I just completely fell in love with my natural hair the way it was. I'm not sure what happened or what changed, but what I felt more beautiful. I'm a lover for all things natural, right? So I felt more beautiful when I wore my natural hair in its natural state the way it was. And then fast forward to 2017 was when I went online one day, and I'm not really sure what I was looking for online, but I saw this lady with something that looked like tiny box braids, except they were not box braids, these were actually locks. And I was asking the person with me at that time, I was like, what do you think this is? And she was like, oh, this is locks. I said, no, this cannot be locks. I was used to seeing dirty locks. I was used to seeing locks just look messy and somehow, but these ones, they looked so perfect. They looked so clean. They looked so beautiful. And I wondered what this was. And that was when my research started. I started diving more into locks. I just went on the internet. Then I was becoming more aware of the internet, funny enough. I went on the internet and then I started looking for every single information about locks, starting with pictures, and it was as if my eyes was opened to something new and something amazing. I saw several pictures of ladies with their beautiful, clean locks. It was like I became obsessed. Okay, it almost felt as if every single day I would wake up, I would rush to the net and I just wanted to see more. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see how it's done. I wanted to know. Like, I did my research, and I've mentioned before in this channel that the first thing you should do before you even start is to do your research. That was when my research started. So my research about locks started in 2017. So I did my research. I searched everything about logs. I was looking for pictures. I was looking for updates. I was looking for information about everything concerning logs. I wanted to know what it was. At that point, I knew that this was what I wanted to do with my hair. And I remember telling my mom that I showed my mom the pictures. My mom too was in doubt, and I remember telling her that this was what I wanted to do with my hair, and this is my goal. This is what I want. My mom didn't believe me at that time because she was like, "No, it isn't possible for you to achieve this length. They have that kind of hair because they are Black Americans, because they don't." My mom literally said that. She was like, no, they have is because of the country they are in, or it's because of their genetics. But I was like, no, this is what I wanted. And she was telling me, what if your hair, are you sure your hair is going to become like that? Are you sure you are going to achieve that length? Are you sure? I was just so sure for me. For me, it was a win-win situation. If it doesn't work, or if it didn't work, I'll end up cutting my hair again, and go back to my low cut. But I knew that was what I wanted to do with my hair. So I convinced my mom to braid my hair, and that was how I started my locks. I started my locks with braid locks, tiny braid. I had tiny braid installed on my um I had tiny braid installed. That was how I started my locks, as braid locks. And yeah, almost 7 years later, and here we are. So that was long, but I need to give a backstory of how I started my lock journey in the first place. So yeah, 7 years later, here we are. um my hair started to grow. I went through every single phase. I went through the ugly phase. We call it the ugly phase, but really it really isn't that ugly, right? It To me, it really is not um ugly unless you choose to see it that way. But I went through every phase. Through the journey, I think I have lost about, let's say, 3 locks in total. Yeah, I have lost about 3 locks in total, and this was actually due to tension. I have said it before on this channel. No matter what you do, try not to put much tension all the time on the roots of your locks. That is what is going to cause you to lose your locks. And it was due to tension. At that time, I was putting too much tension on the roots of my locks. I just did my retie. Back in the day, whenever I do my retie, I love cornrows. I go for cornrows immediately. Like, if I can do cornrows that same day, I would have my mom install cornrows on my locks the same day I did my retie. So you see, that was a recipe for disaster, because the pressure on the roots at that point is just too much, and this was something I was doing back to back. So that was what led to my thinning roots, and that was what led me to lose about 3 of my locks. But since then, I haven't lost a single lock since then. I trimmed the braided part of my locks in 2019. Yeah, 2019, that about was when I trimmed the braided part of my locks, because I felt like my locks were heavier at the top, and then they were very flimsy at the bottom, because the braided parts, I started my locks with braid locks. So the braided parts, as my locks started to as my hair started to lock, the braided part came, you know down to the tips of the locks, while the lock parts remained up. So it looked very thick, from the roots down, and then when it came to the tips of my lock, it looked very flimsy, and I didn't like the look at all. So I trimmed my locks. I trimmed it. They were very short. If I can find a picture, I will put it somewhere. But yeah, I trimmed my locks in 2019 because I just wanted to be rid of, the braided part of my locks. I officially started documenting my lock journey, I think, in 20 I think it was 2020 or so, that I officially started to document my lock journey, that I decided to go into the whole content creation thing in 2020. And it has been amazing, because I have a lot of amazing, beautiful locked sisters, online, and it has been an amazing journey. They have served as my inspiration. They have served as my accountability partners. It has been helpful, seeing um that there is like a community for we love girls, just a community for us to be in, a community for us to belong to. So it has been amazing so far. So when it comes to maintenance, I wash my locks every week to every 2 weeks, depending on how and how much I have been sweating, or depending on whether or not I have been in dusty, dirty environments. So that basically determines how often I wash my locks. So sometimes if I have been indoors, like throughout this week I have been indoors, I have not been doing a lot of styles, I have not been applying a lot of gels or anything on my locks. So I might actually extend it a little bit into 2 weeks. Not in 2 weeks, not 2 weeks completely, but I might extend it from 1 week to the next week before I wash my locks, which is actually a healthy thing to do, because the last thing you want to do is wash your locks too much. That will strip your locks of its moisture. You don't want to do that, okay? And then what else? For retie, I retighten my locks myself. Whenever my mom comes down, she helps me do it. I bribe her to help me do it, which she does willingly, of course. Yeah. And then, but when she's not around, I try to do it myself, which is something that these days I find that I want to outsource. Okay, I've gotten to that point in my journey where I no longer want to have to deal with my local type by myself. Okay, I'm trying to outsource. I tried outsourcing this time around, but for some reason I couldn't book an appointment. It did not go well, so I ended up doing it by myself, which I did not enjoy. Okay, because I feel like I'm not my upper body is not so strong. I really don't know why. The thing is, whenever I try to do it myself, my neck and my arms end up aching for days. I'm not sure why. So that is one of the reasons that I'm trying to outsource the whole retie process. But like I said, I have not been to a salon in over how many years is that, from 2016 to now. I of course maintain my locks myself. I do the whole washing process. I wash my lock. I already told you how often I wash my locks and all. And then when it comes to my daily maintenance, in the past I would use olive oil and coconut oil rather on my locks alongside a spray bottle. Sometimes I'll just put all that into a spray bottle and use it over my locks. I think I've talked about that before, but my routine has changed recently, and I've been using different products, which I am going to share with you all in my next video, where I'll be telling you all about showing you all my lock maintenance routine. I feel like I have yet to do that, so that is what I'm going to do next. And what else? What has changed? Yes, I tried to color my locks once. I tried to color my locks once and it did not go well. Apparently, I did not know how to color it properly. It actually colored my locks because I was going for a rich honey blonde color, but it didn't come out as that. So I just colored my hair back to, black. And I'm in that point in my journey where I feel like I really really want to color my locks, and when I do, I want a rich beautiful honey blonde. But at the same time, I don't think I'm fully ready yet, because I like my locks black, but at the same time I want a little bit of color. I want color at the same time. So I don't want to rush the process. I don't want to have to go ahead and color my locks blonde only for me to realize that I miss my black locks again. So I'm taking my time. I know I will color my locks at some point, but I don't feel like I am totally ready for it yet. Not yet. Pretty much it. Like I said, it has been a beautiful journey. I really really love it here. I believe I made the best decision for my hair. I made the best hair decision ever by locking my hair, and I really really have no regret whatsoever. I would not regret it now, and I honestly don't think in the next 5 years I'm going to regret it. So if you are someone who has been considering it, you have been thinking about it, I hope you feel motivated. I hope you feel inspired, since the lock journey is a beautiful journey, really. So take your time though, do not rush it. Take your time, and if you feel like this is something you really really want, then by all means go for it. And yeah, this video is pretty long. I hope you all sat down and you actually listened to the whole chit chat. If you did, thank you, I appreciate it. And if you found this video helpful in any way, shape or form, please definitely give it a big thumbs up. Support this channel. Also subscribe, please. Do not leave here without subscribing. It is free. Just subscribe, okay? And also share with whoever you think this video might be helpful to. And yeah, I will see you all. Before I say that, please go ahead and follow me on my other social media platforms, especially if you want to see lock styles. I feel like I do a lot of styling videos on my Instagram, so definitely connect with me on Instagram, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.